All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do internal linking on your Shopify store to get the best results when it comes to SEO. So if you're trying to SEO your Shopify store, internal linking is one of the biggest levers you can pull that you have full control over. Now, it's said that 2 internal links have the same power as 1 backlink to a particular page. So it's extremely important and is one of the best things you can do to help increase your rankings and actually allow Google to crawl your website easier. So with the way Shopify is set up currently, the linking between the products and categories is not ideal for SEO purposes, and I'll show you why. So let's say we go on a product here as an example. What you can see here is that this product only links to a couple of other related products that may or may not actually be relevant from an SEO perspective, and it doesn't link to any other pages or any other collections or anything like that. Now, if we go to a particular collections page, let's say I've made a couple here. For instance, we've got the main coilovers one and then a brand underneath it. What you'll see here is that we have the headline of the brand and we have the headline of the main category, but they don't link to each other in any way. They only list some of the products. And so the issue you have here is that a lot of these pages will end up not linking correctly to each other. You won't have a proper silo structure or anything like that. Now, I've already made a video talking about silo structure. I'm going to put a link above to that video. I highly recommend you go watch that. I would apply the same principles to your Shopify store like I talk about in that video. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you how I would internal link this. Now you can see this is a brand new store. I haven't optimized anything on it. I'm currently putting it together. So you'll see this basically from right at the beginning. Now, as I've mentioned, I've got the main category page, which is coilovers. Then I've got the brand, which is Megane Racing in this case. And then I've got the individual products. So I'm going to show you how to interlink between all of these in a silo structure. So what you would need to do is, first of all, let's make a link going from coilovers to Megane Racing. So we'll go back into the admin. We'll open up the coilovers page. So this is the main collection now. I'm linking from the main collection, which is coilovers. I'm going to link this down. So what you would have here is you would need to add some content to this page, obviously, if you're trying to optimize this page. Now, what you would want to do is add the relevant content, and I'm going to make another video on that as well. So stay tuned for that one. But in this content, you would want to link down to the subcategories within this content. So let's say, for instance, this is the main coilovers page and we want to link to the brands. So what we could do here is we could do coilover brands we stock, for instance, and we could have this as an H2. And then in here, let's say we have a list and it's got Megane Racing, BC Racing, Tane, Godspeed. Now I'm just making a couple up for the example of this video. But what we could do here is we could take Megane Racing and we could link that to the Megane Racing page. So in this case, the Megane Racing page would be this page. So we would want to take the URL and we would want to link Megane Racing with the appropriate anchor text to the Megane Racing coilovers page. And we would hit insert link. And now we have an internal link with the relevant anchor text going to that page. So now we'd want to hit save. And you could do the same thing for BC Racing, Tane, Godspeed. This is one way that you could structure this. You could also, let's say, have separate boxes with the logos and link them as long as you have the correct anchor text linking to these as well. And that would serve the same purpose. Now, we have now a link from the coilovers page to the Megane Racing page. What we want to have now is a link from the Megane Racing page back to the coilovers page to create the silo that goes both ways. So we now want to go to the Megane Racing page, and you would have the same thing here. You would need to add some content to this page as well. So let's say about Megane Racing coilovers. Let's say that's an H2. Now, this is just example content for the purpose of this video. So this isn't finished, but I'm just giving you an example of how you could do this. So let's say, for instance, you've got this and now you're going to write some content about Megane Racing coilovers. So now I've just written a random piece of content here just for the purpose of example. But what we could do here is we have the word coilovers in here. And what we can do is we can link this back to the main coilovers page. So if we go back to the main coilovers page, now we'd want to take that link and we want to go insert link and link this to the main coilover page. And now we'd go link and now we can hit save. And so now what's going to happen is now we have a silo structure starting to be created. We have some content on the main coilover page. You can see here, and it links to Megane Racing. And if we refresh the Megane Racing page, we now have content on the Megane Racing page and it links back to the coilovers page. So now we've got a bit of a silo going. Now from here, we do have a link to the Megane Racing product, but on this product, we don't have any links back. So let's say we want to now link from the product back to the category that it's under, that then links to the main category. So then what we would do is go under products and we'll open just one of them randomly. And now in the product, in the description, you could do exactly the same thing. So now let's say you've got the description, Megane Racing coilovers, and you would obviously have a better description than this. And typically speaking, you don't really want to put an internal link at the beginning of the content. It's better to have it internally and in the correct context. But in this case, what you could do is like, looking for budget coilovers. The Megane Racing coilovers are some of the best budget coilovers on the market today. Now let's say that's the content for this page, and now we have the keyword Megane Racing coilovers, and we can link that back to the Megane Racing page. So we'll copy that URL and we can go interlink, insert link, save. And now if we open this product, we'll see it now has a link up to the Megane Racing coilovers page. And so now we have built an entire silo, as you can see here, all the way up from coilovers to the brand, to the individual product, and then back up. And so now what we'd want to do is we'd want to do that for every section. So how you would do that is you would now go through all the Megane Racing coilovers and you would add this link. Now, an important note about internal links is you do not want to have the exact same anchor text every single time. You want to vary it up a bit so that it doesn't look like spam in Google's eyes. So keep that in mind. Vary this up a little bit. Sometimes you would put Megane Racing coilover kits. Sometimes you'd put Megane Racing coilovers. Sometimes you'd want to put another word in there, make it a bit more long tail. You just want to make sure that one, the text is relevant, but two, it's not exactly the same every single time. Sometimes you would want to also include some random variation like click here or view more or something like that, which would help to make sure that you're not just keyword stuffing every single internal link. And then let's say you have another brand. So let's say we make a brand BC Racing. We would then do the exact same thing. So what we would do is here, we'd link BC Racing to the BC Racing page. And then on the BC Racing page, we would link back up to this. And then from the BC Racing products, we would link up to the BC Racing category as well. And now you're starting to create silos based on brand. And now you can do the exact same thing with car models as well. So let's say, for instance, you had these listed under car models as collections. Under here in the description, you could have, let's say, Megane Racing. You could have like Megane Racing offers coilovers for 350Zs, and you could link that to the 350Z coilovers page and then have that there as well. So this is how you would insert internal links to your Shopify store. And this is incredibly important because internal links are one of the most overlooked yet extremely important aspects of SEO. And I guarantee if you do this, your site's going to rank much better than if you don't. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments below and I will respond to them. Otherwise, if you'd like me to coach you on how to SEO your Shopify store for only $49 a month, go to learndominatemarketing.com. And if you'd like us to do the SEO for your Shopify store with guaranteed results, go to dominatemarketing.io, book a call with us there. Catch you on the next one.